Looking to start a religion, eh? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to your free consultation. A quick bit about myself. I'll give you a bit of a rundown. I've been there for most of them. Yes, I may not look it, but I am very old. Now, within the space of creating a religion, there are many different branches you could follow. Myself, I'm a bit of an innovator. You see, from the very beginning, there were the deities of nature. Oh, that's a large mountain. That is actually a god. That is a very nice river. Goddess! Very simple, very easy. I was the first one to say, hey, what if there was just one? Just one big guy. Now that is an industry term. You will want to know. Big guy. What if there was just one big guy? Oh, you should have been in the room. It was quite wonderful. It was Zoroastrianism. You see, I said, what if there was just one big guy? Now mind you, I was very young at this point. Youngest in the room, in fact. And everyone said, that is stupid. And I said, no, hear me out. Luckily, my uncle was the one in charge of the project. So he said, let's hear him out. Speak more on this. I said, yes, you know how we've been doing it so far. There's lots of gods. But what if there's just one? And that was the first time we used big guy. That's an industry term. You'll want to remember that. I said, what if there's just one big guy that we associate with everything? Everyone looked at me. They said, what a fool this one is. They said, one big guy? What's the point of having a religion for just one big guy? I said, no, that's the beauty of it. There's so many little guys. One big guy would make it all so much easier. We could all collaborate on the one big guy, and he would be responsible for everything. It's the beauty of the big guy. Now, as you can surely see, I am something of an ideas man, which is why your consultation today will be more about ideas than putting things into practice. If you want to put things into practice with my assistance, that will be $19.99 a minute, plus shipping and handling. What's shipping and handling? Me. You have to ship me and handle me properly for $19.99 a minute. Though I suppose the first thing is a bit of congratulations. You are now a holy person. Whether it was a message in your dreams, an angel coming from the skies, a whisper in the wind, you are now a holy person. So very many congratulations to you, and it is now your duty to start a religion. It can be big, it can be scary, I do understand that, but a person with a divine experience that has no religion around it is just a madman. I've seen many a madman in my time. They gain the divine message and then try to tell the masses about the divine message, and no one listens, and they become the madman. We want to keep that from happening. That is why you need me, someone who knows the game, knows the process. You need a religion. A holy man without a religion is just a madman, and I say that all the time. Very good news, though. We already have step one done. You are step one, the prophet, the holy person. You are step one. Now, follow-up question. Do you have paper yet? While paper is not necessary, it is a part of religion. Well, at least the conveyance of ideas over a period of time. A holy word. If you are currently living in a society where there is no paper yet, think of it like this. There are ideas stacked one on top of the other, and it doesn't truly matter what the ideas are. It could be divine words from your God. It could be philosophy and wisdom passed down over generations that you live by. It could be poetry that people are supposed to interpret in their own ways. Or it could just be your life story. That's definitely one. It's been used a couple times. This will be your holy word. This is the word by which all your followers from this new religion that you are starting will follow you. But keep in mind, you must follow your own ideas, lest you be labeled heretic of your own religion. I once helped a man whose holy text said, deny the pleasures of the flesh. Well, he ate a few too many sour grapes, if you understand my meaning. And, well, there were a few little hymns running around a few months later. Ousted out of his own religion. It was nonsense. Of course, you could always pencil in a little caveat into your holy text that says, I am actually immune to all of this. I can do whatever I want because I am the voice of God. It usually doesn't work out well in the end. A lot of too many little U's running around and then coos. But that's neither here nor there. You'll have to pay the $19.99 a month plus shipping and handling if you want to expound on what should be in your holy text more. But I can give you a little snippet. These are examples of what has worked in the past. last. Ceremonies. Ceremonies are a big part of religion. You must pick out your own ceremonies. Things that help you remember your deity. Or perhaps ceremonies that signify cleansing one's body. Or sacrifices to the god themselves. To say, I will give of myself to the divine. Those usually go pretty well, because people are not hacking off their own limbs. As long as it's not happening to the person themselves, it usually works out quite well. Symbols! Yes, symbols are another wonderful method of conveying your religion. Branding, very important, not only for religion in general, but branding for your religion is what we are talking about today. Find a symbol. It could be a little tree. It could be a little tea. It could be a little fishy. Or anything that rhymes, really. Rhyming usually works the best. That's psychology. People remember rhymes. They like rhymes. It doesn't have to be a rhyme. Something that signifies your religion. Also something that makes a nice necklace. Should you have necklaces? People love necklaces. It says, look at me, I accessorize, and I'm better than you. Now tell me, how many deities are we worshipping exactly? It very well could be a multitude of heavenly hosts, but you're only worshipping one, because you align with those details of said religion more so than any other deity. And that's perfectly within your rights. Do not let any priest tell you you have to follow all or none. That is priestism, another term that I came up with. It's not quite as popular as big guy, but big guy just sounds so nice. Now, if we are to work together into the future, you must know a little bit of my lingo. You've already learned big guy. There's also big gal. There's also big they, specifically for when your deity is an animal or a thing, more so than any humanistic gender. And within these big guys and big girls, they have domains. That's another industry word you need to know. Industry words are very important when we do business. Domains. If one deity has the domain of the skies and the heavens, no other deity is allowed to have those. Lest within your mythology you create conflict. Conflict for why two deities have domain over the skies. And that does lead me to another excellent point. Are your deities, be they many or one big guy, are they humanistic in nature? Are they divine in nature? Or are they somewhere within that spectrum? You see, when you worship a humanistic deity, they have all the flaws and characteristics of a human. They will fight and they will bicker over the same domain because they are human in nature. This makes them more relatable and makes your mythology more understandable by the peasantry. Not an industry term, just insulting to those lesser than you. Humanistic deities will fight, and they will love, and they will betray, and perhaps come down from their heavenly resting place into the disgusting human world. For example, in this case, the Greeks. I had no part in the Greeks. I did not do the Greeks. I did do Roman. I had a hangover that day, please don't judge me. But I do know the guy who did the Greeks. And when he did the Greeks, he wanted the stories and the mythology to relate not only to the heavenly hosts, but also to the common man. He wanted the common man to see how he should act through story. He wanted to see that, yes, the king of the gods would come down and rape somebody, which is not cool. As I didn't do the Greeks. I did not touch the Greek. He wanted to see that the king of the gods would come down and act a foolish king, only to be punished later. Or not punished. Once again, did not touch the Greeks. I would have changed a lot of things. Now, deities that fall within a bit of the middle between humanistic and divine often relate to the culture of the people they represent as deities. Let's take the Norse pantheon for this one. A culture of war, of struggle, of adventure. And what is it their deities represent? Struggle and war and adventure. The culture itself exemplifies the ideas of strong men going out and fighting, and coming back with the riches and the plunder of their spoils. But also, mind you, that is just the myth of the Viking themselves. They were also tradesmen. They created trade networks, I believe, that went all the way down to Africa. Mind you, I did not work on the Norse either. I did Loki. That was it. I did one deity for the pantheon of the Norse, but that's it. And as a result, their king god, the big guy of the little guys, though he's not the biggest of the big guys. Anyway, he represents wisdom and sacrifice. In all things, there is a time for war. There is a time for pleasure. There is a time to fight and die and kill and be reborn. But throughout the entirety of your life, there is time for wisdom, for being wise and strong and tactical and brave, all things represented within their pantheon. We must move on now to our fully divine deities. This is where you get most of your big guys. Right? Your big guys, a singular, because within these faiths and within these religions, we are looking to one guiding light, one North Star from which to derive the rest of our faith. And with one big guy, it makes it much easier to have one. I understand the boys over in the Abrahamic religions have three sometimes. You'll have to take that up with them. Me, I'm a big guy man myself. Now then, you've decided who it is you're worshipping. You know what's going in your holy text, and you know what your faith is about. Now, go forth and decide who's going to be in your I need to touch on that before we leave. Who is going to be in your religion, my friend? As previously stated, a man with a divine vision. And no one to share that with is just a mad man. Now there's one very important question which I do need an answer to. Are you A, a king, B, part of the pre-existing faith, C, part of the peasantry, D, were you spontaneously created by the deity with the only sole purpose of going forth and spreading the word of this deity to anyone who will listen? Once you can answer that question without thinking too hard about it, you know your path. If you answered A, you are a king. It's quite simple, really. You go forth to your subjects and make a proclamation that you have had a dream of a future kingdom that will last 1,000 years. By the way, you all must convert to my new religion. If you answered B, this is a little tricky. You'll want to keep it on the low for the time being, lest you are higher up in your ministry. If you are low in your ministry, you will probably be executed or excommunicated as a heretic when you try to enlighten your fellow believers about your new revelation of the religion. Or perhaps you could just leave. If it is for a deity of another religion, leave! Go to that one! Call yourself a prophet and say, I am here to spread the good word. And if that fails, start a church of your own. I'm not here to pander to you. You haven't paid your $19.99 a month. If you answered C, you'd better hope your deity provides you with some sort of proof, some sort of miracle, some sort of magical abilities, lest you run ever so closely to the madman side of things. I do remember a poor farm boy once. I told him $19.99 a month. He shaved a little bit off of a chicken's toenail and handed me 19.99 chickens, and that was my payment then. He said, how do I spread my good word and my good religion? I told him I didn't know chickens had toenails. But that is neither here nor is it there. I gave him the best advice possible, and he ignored it all. He was executed as a witch. You see, the deity with which he was proclaiming to be a prophet, a holy man, gave him one little trick. He could rub his feet across the carpet and create electrical currents whenever he touched metal. Unfortunately, everyone can do that, but he could do it every time, which was the crazy part. Though a nanometer of electricity is not enough to start a religion off of. Now, if you answer D and you are a magically created entity, created only for the purpose of spreading the word of your deity, your path is pretty straightforward, one would think. You probably don't need my consultation. You more than likely have a direct line with your deity, that you may speak to them whenever you wish. But once you have figured out your recruiting pattern for the people that you will bring under your wing in your religion, give them a place to meet. Set up churches, set up synagogues, places for the people of your religion to meet every once in a while and talk about how cool it is, how wonderful it is to be in your religion. What is so great about your religion? Truly, set up as many as possible, as many as you can in your brief lifespan. Which brings me to my closing statement. Death. Should you worship a deity of death? Death is the most significant thing you can do with your ministry. But should you worship literally anything other than a deity of death? There's something you must remember. How will people remember you? Did you do a good enough job with your holy text that there is no question of what you meant? Did your teachings give enough information to the public that they can interpret any fuzzy areas? Did you live your life well and with wisdom and following the guidelines of your holy text? If the answer to all that questions is yes, you have nothing to worry about. Everything will go along smoothly and will follow the exact path that you have laid out before your disciples. Otherwise, things are gonna be a fucking mess. Wars over who was more correct than anybody else. Struggles, people in power who should not be in power. Chaos, the crumbling of the very foundations of your religion. It's just a big mess. Would you look at the time? I must return to the demon realm. I am not a demon, I just reside there. If you require any more of my assistance, $19.99 a month, plus shipping and handling. Farewell, go forth, create your religion. Ugh, why does my voice hurt? Hi, by the way. Like the video, comment what's your religion gonna be about? Did I finish the video? Why is it dark outside now? Subscribe to the channel and share this video with, whoever you want to share it with. Spread the word like hotcakes. We're making a new religion, baby. Okay, bye.